I will be able to have the infrastructure at proper location. That is the first advantage. And the second advantage is that say you will be able to have so the starting of the business immediately. Infosys does not want to encash the brand of that hotel because Infosys is very say like clear, is very strong about its own management. However, say just to make sure that it is able to eliminate that certain steps, say it is say going to acquire say an existing line of the company, that is say doing so the hotel line of the business in which it wants to diversify. So there may be a kind of purpose of the merger or acquisition, so for the purpose of diversification in the new line of the business. This is what we understand. Then we understand something like this, that say suppose say there is a company which is say uh, dealing in the laptop, and say it is able to generate a very good brand value say of its laptop, and it is having say the good line of the business, that is say the good sales in that of the laptop, that is a product that it sells. However, say for the purpose of operation of the laptop say the chip is required. Now the company is required to rely upon the suppliers say for providing the chip. The supplier is say entertaining say number of laptop dealers, and one of them is me. So number of times I am not getting say the regular supply of the chip say from the like the chip supplier, and because of that say there may be a kind of so the uh, my own business is getting affected because of that. So I may be say acquiring a company which is say dealing in the chip, not because I want to do its business. I just want to make sure that say I want to secure my existing business. So this kind of forward integration or this kind of backward integration may be possible so for the purpose of merger. So there can be like the different reasons say because of which so you want to enter into the mergers and acquisitions. However, ultimately so you are going to have so the one objective only, that is maximization of the wealth of the shareholders. Read on a small note before we proceed further for the numericals. Learning points of the chapter. In that write down first point, in this chapter we are going to learn decision making of acquisition. Full stop. Objective of financial management is maximization of wealth of equity shareholders. Full stop. It is measured in form of current market price of equity share. Second point, in determination of current market price of equity share, comma, one of the factor is earning of the company, full stop. With merger, comma, there can be increase in earning. With that, value of firm can be increased, full stop. Merger can be of companies belonging to same line of business so as to A. Reduce common cost, B. Increase market share, C. Increase price, D. Reduce any extra expenses. In bracket write down advertisement. With paragraph write down at the same time for the purpose of diversification, comma, there can be acquisition, full stop. Backward or forward integration are also possible for increasing wealth of shareholders, full stop. Now everybody is requested to pay attention, don't write anything. Now acquiring company is considering to take over the target company. Now for that, importantly what happens at say, now you have to determine what is the value that say you will assign to the target company. Let us say that say the like the Facebook acquired WhatsApp, then in that case say what is the price at which say the WhatsApp is acquired, or we understand that say any like the acquisition takes place in that say what is the price which is offered is very important. Now friends, as far as the term value is concerned, the valuation is possible by number of methods. That is the reason the corporate valuation and mergers and acquisitions we are doing together. Number of methods include something like this. Don't write anything, let me explain you. The first is dividend discount model approach. Dividend discount model approach means the future dividend is discounted in present value term, and with that the price is calculated. That is dividend discount model approach. Then we have earning capitalization method. Whatever the future earning is discounted in present value term, and with that say you do the valuation. Then valuation based on price earning ratio method. Then you have the valuation say based on like a simple book value method, or we can say that it is like net asset method. Then valuation taking into account say the market value of the assets. That is the assets of the company will be revalued for the purpose of valuation. Then we are going to learn something like this. So the chop shop method, chop shop approach for valuation. Then we are going to have understanding say of the valuation based on free cash flow for equity model. Then we are going to understand free cash flow for the firm model. Like that, so there will be different valuations say which are possible. Now you can see that say for one thing only, what for the purpose of determining the value of the target company, we have so many number of methods. Of course, all of them are not going to give you the same answer. They are going to give the different answer. I want you to write in the chat box from acquiring company point of view, which method of the valuation that they will select. The method that will give the highest valuation or the method that will give the lowest valuation for target company. The answer is very simple. We understand that say the acquiring company will select a valuation which is going to give the lowest valuation method. This is what we understand. So basically we understand that say from acquiring company point of view, a valuation method that will give say the lowest valuation, that is what say the acquiring company is going to offer to the target company shareholders. What will be the kind of intention of the target company? To have more valuation or to have less valuation? Right answer in the chat box. Yes, of course, we understand that say in this say the negotiation process, the target company would quote say the highest value. In a way that say what will happen that say between both of them say a kind of negotiation is going to take place in which the acquiring company will search for the different methods with which it can convince the target company shareholders that say your value is this much only. And as against that, say the target company will have say its own argument that say these are the only rumors because of which the prices have gone down. Otherwise, the price of our security is this much. That is the way they will be having say a kind of negotiation. This is what we understand. So what will happen ultimately? What will be a kind of range of the valuation? Okay, a range of the valuation that will be developed. All those things that say we are going to learn over here. And importantly, friends, over here we are going to learn all these valuation methods, and apart from that also certain special valuation methods is what we are going to learn say in this chapter. Now let us say that say after too much discussion, it has been decided that say the value of the target company is an amount of let us say rupees 100 crore. Okay, like long valuation, all that so the discussion went on, and then so the valuation is now 100 crore. Now for the purpose of discharging consideration, there are two methods. We understand that say one is that say you may discharge a consideration in form of cash, then in that case there is no issue, and other is that say you may issue the shares. Now my question to all of you is, listen to my question carefully, that say, if at all the consideration is discharged in form of shares, then in that case the next point come is the valuation of the acquiring company shares. So acquiring company would like to quote its value higher or lower. Answer me in the chat box. Yeah, that's very true. We understand that so the acquiring company will search for a method with which it is able to get the higher value. In a way that say the fundamental price or the intrinsic value based on this method is the best method. And that best method will always give the high price. So what happens at say it is required to give less number of shares. That is what say the A limited will have an intention. And on the opposite side, the target company will search for a method because of which the acquiring company value will be less. This is what say the kind of process that say will take place. So over here we understand, say we are supposed to have the valuation of the target company, we are supposed to have the valuation of the acquiring company, and afterwards say we will be having say a kind of discharging of the consideration. Now after second point, write down third point. In the process of valuation, comma, target company and acquiring company are to be valued. Full stop. For the purpose of valuation, we are going to learn following methods. In that write down first DDM, in bracket write down dividend discount model. Second, earning capitalization method. Third, price earning ratio method. Fourth, free cash flow for equity method. Fifth, free cash flow for firm method. Sixth, balance sheet valuation. In bracket write down net asset method. Seventh, chop shop approach or breakup value approach. Next, that's it. With paragraph write down and such other special methods. Because number of times what happens, friends, that they provide some special valuation, that you have to take average profit of this number of years along with the net asset, along with the revaluation of certain assets, something like that. So there may be something like that provided to us. Yeah. Now going further for discussion. Now friends, before we proceed for the kind of examples which are exactly asked in examination, we are going to have say certain very basic questions to be discussed, or certain basic things to be done. So before we go over there, because directly we cannot jump into that kind of question. So for that, say I'm having say some conversation with you like this. Don't write anything now. Uh, First of all, we'll have a discussion definitely. The discussion is like this. Listen me carefully. Let us say that the market price of equity share of a company is rupees 500 and earning per share of the company is 50. I want you to write in the chat box that what must be the price earning ratio. We understand that so the price earning ratio is 10 times. How 10 is calculated? It is 500 upon 50. That is the way the price earning ratio of 10 times can be calculated. So we understand that say we are going to use something like the price earning ratio initially. Second, a point that say I'm discussing with you. Don't write anything. Let us say that say acquiring company and target company. A limited is acquiring company and T limited is the target company. Let us say that say both of them are having 50,000 number of equity shares and 30,000 number of equity shares say before merger. My question to all of you is this. Suppose acquiring company is issuing shares to the target company for the purpose of acquisition 15,000. 15,000 shares are issued by acquiring company to the shareholders of the target company for the purpose of acquisition. Then can you tell me that say what must be swap ratio or what must be exchange ratio in this example? Friends, over here swap ratio as exchange ratio will be 0.50. How it is 0.50? I just explained that to you. Shares of A limited and number of shares of T limited. As far as the target company is concerned, it has 30,000 equity shares and acquiring company is issuing its 15,000 shares for acquisition of the target company. It means that so for every one share of the target company, this number of shares of the acquiring company is issued. So it is 15,000 into 1 does not make a sense, divided by 30,000. So it comes to 0.50. So we understand that so the swap ratio or exchange ratio is 0.5 or it may be written as 0.5 is to 1. So what is the basically the swap ratio or exchange ratio? It is indicating the number of shares which have been issued by the acquiring company for every one equity share of the target company. That is what we understand is the exchange ratio or swap ratio. Now suppose in the same situation, suppose instead of 15,000, let us say 90,000 shares are issued. Can you write in the chat box what would be the exchange ratio or swap ratio? The answer is very simple, it is 3. That is 90,000 shares are issued against 30,000 shares. So for one equity share, how many shares are issued? is what the swap ratio or exchange ratio, that is 3. This is the way swap ratio or exchange ratio can be calculated, or based on the swap ratio or exchange ratio, you can compute that how many shares of the acquiring company is issued for acquisition of the target company. So we understand that say basically say you may be provided with the information like this, that acquiring company has 50,000 shares, target company has 40,000 shares, and exchange ratio is 0.75. You compute that say how many shares are to be issued to the shareholders of the target company, then the answer would be, dear students, 40,000 into 0.75, that comes to 30,000. Now friends, as I told you importantly, that determination of this 0.75 has long negotiation. Of course, initially we are not going to do the questions in which we are going to enter into that negotiation process in the difference of the valuation. Initially, we will be provided with certain information like this, and based on that, say we are going to understand earning per share, we are going to understand market price of the share, and there are certain additional things that say we are going to understand initially, and that is going to be very much helpful to us later on, say in the entire discussion procedure. So after third point, write on fourth point. In that write down swap ratio slash exchange ratio. In the write down it means number of shares issued by acquiring company for every one equity share of target company. Full stop. Write on formula. Exchange ratio or swap ratio. The term swap stands for interchange. I give something to you, and against that I'm taking something back from you. Shares issued to T Limited divided by NT. So ER stands for exchange ratio, SR stands for swap ratio, NT stands for number of equity shares of target company. So let us see our next question. From following information, calculate earning per share, market price per share. So the information is given about the earning, number of shares, and price earning ratio. I request you to write answer for both the questions in the chat box. Please write an answer. Answer for the first question, in which we have to find earning per share. That's very simple. Write an answer along with me. It is earning after taxes divided by number of shares. Earning after taxes is 5 lakhs. divided by number of equity shares are 10,000. So earning per share is rupees 5050. That is the way the EPS is calculated. The next question is calculation of the MPS. For that, we are required to use the formula of price earning ratio. It is MPS upon EPS. So MPS is equal to EPS into price earning ratio. Earning per share is 5050 into price earning ratio is 10 times. That comes to rupees 500. This is the way the MPS can be calculated.